Welcome to my presentation on Amazon Warehouse Safety Violations 2022. This case highlights the critical importance of workplace safety and the ethical obligation companies have toward their employees. So let's begin by exploring the context and key details of this case. This is my cover page, The Right of Workers, Amazon Warehouse Safety Violations 2022. So going into my introduction, so work safe place, is a fundamental right for employees and an ethical obligation for employers. This case study focused on the Amazon 2022 OSHA investigation. Of course, OSHA stands for, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, which uncovered significant safety violations in several of its warehouses. These violations resulted from prioritizing, the productivity of employee welfare. So we will dive into details of the case, examine the ethical implications, and discuss the lessons learned. So now let's take a closer look at the timeline of the safety. So so the so starting from the investigation by the OSHA, to discuss what it means before, began in July 2022, following reports of unsafe working conditions in Amazon warehouses. By August, by August of 2022, the same year, a lot of reports revealed there's such a lot of heat injuries and disorders and there's a lack of access of medical assistance. All of this, of course, occurred because of overwhelming of working. Um, to illustrate how bad it is, Amazon injury rated was 6.6 per 100 workers, more than double the two-point rate of non-Amazon warehouses. So it's more than double of injuries of any other non-Amazon warehouse, and that's a lot. But a lot of injuries came from repetitive motion injuries, a lot that cause a lot of work. It be caused by a lot of work and the heat exhaustion. So these finding raises serious ethical concerns. So let's explore the case through the lens of K10 ethics and other ethical frameworks, which is in our next slide, which is ethical analysis. So to analyze Amazon actions, we turn first to Kant's moral law. According to K10 ethics, individuals must be treated as ends in themselves, not as means as to an end. So by neglecting the employee safety to prioritize productivity, Amazon violated this principle. So so it will lead to a normalization of hazard workplace, which is fundamentally unethical. Supporting this perspective, Valskas argue that moral rights such as the right to workplace safety must always be upheld by employer. Similarly, Bears and Stanberry emphasize that ethical companies prioritize employee welfare over operation goals. Finally, from a utilitarian perspective, the harm inflicted on employees, including physical injuries and mental stress, far overweights any operational benefits Amazon gained. Thus, the company actions were both morally and particularly unjustifiable. So pretty much that covers everything in this slide. Now let's summarize the lesson learned from this case and consider key reflection questions. So to conclude, Amazon's prioritization of productivity over safety and tolerance to violate workers' fundamental rights. ethical practices require balancing operational efficiency with employee welfare to ensure long-term sustainability and trust. So, as we reflect on this case, I leave you with two questions. What could Amazon have done differently to ensure compliance with workplace safety regulations? And second question is, how might improved safety measures benefit from employees and the company? These questions will remind us of the importance of ethical decision making and the role of safety regulations in protecting workers first and building a better workplace. Thank you for your attention. This concludes my presentation. Thank you very much.